NFL fans, welcome back to a brand new episode of the J All Day NFL Show. Today, we're talking about the New England Patriots, and we're going to do a full 7-round mock draft for your Patriots today. And I got a great first-round trade for you guys that's going to help us pick up a second-round pick. All right, NFL fans, let's get into the 7-round mock draft for the New England Patriots. All right, Patriots fans, take a look at the screen right here. Here is our first-round trade. We're going to swap 4 and 7 with the New York Jets. And then we're going to pick up 42 overall and swap that with 106. I love this trade. We pretty much fall back 3 spots. We're going to get the same type of player, maybe even the guy that we actually want at 7. And then we're going to add 42 and just give up 106. I love this trade. Let's get into the mock draft. All right, now we're up at 7 overall. And in this mock draft, Ashton Jeanty fell to us at number 7. Most people didn't see him getting past 6, but the PFF algorithm has the Raiders taking Jody Barron at number 6. So where do we go, Patriots fans? Very, very interesting the way this board fell to us, right? They do have Ramondre Stevenson, who's pretty good running back. You know, Tyler Warren on the board as well. Pretty big weapon, right? And then Armand Membou. I love Membou because he could start right away at right tackle and be there for a decade. When you look at this Patriot roster, they need everything, right? So they need offensive line. They need some defensive help. They need wide receiver. I don't know if I want to pick number 7 overall at one of these wide receivers. Ted McMillan went earlier in the draft to the Giants at number 3. A lot of those quarterbacks are still on the board, unfortunately, right? But I love where we're at. Ashton Jeanty, definitely on the board. Do you pass up on Jeanty with 7 overall? I think you do because Armand Membou, he's just so good. Excellent run blocker and pass blocker. I mean, the grades are just so consistent. He played really good teams as well. Great competition. He gave up no sacks this year and no QB hits at all. And, we're talking 400 plus pass snaps, right? 3-year starter at right tackle. I'm going Armand Membou. I want to protect Drake May. He is my priority in this draft. I'm protecting Drake May. Armand Membou can be the Lane Johnson for the Patriots for a decade plus. Armand Membou goes to the Patriots at 7 overall. Now, because we got that extra pick, we're drafting at 38 and 42 overall in the second round. All right, here we go, guys. Taking a look who's on the board. A guy I really like that I'm not going to possibly let slip through my grasp. That's Jaden Higgins, man. He excelled every year in college, getting better and better and better. 2.2% drop rate on 129 targets. Very, very impressive. Contested catch rate, closing in on 60%. He's great against man coverage. He's a monster, 6'4", 215. He's big. He's reliable. Can be a true X wide receiver. I love Jaden Higgins. He goes to the Patriots at 38 overall. Now, all right, Patriots fans, we're up again. 42 overall in the second round. We went Armand Membou and Jaden Higgins, wide receiver and offensive tackle. Going defense, a guy like Braden Swinson, I really like. Princely Umanmielen, I really like as well. 6'4", 255. I love his size. Very, very impressive from Ole Miss this year, man. 91 overall pass rush grade, 11 sacks. It's going to be hard to pass that kind of talent up. I do like Braden Swinson as well, 9 sacks. Little bit smaller, not much, 6'4", 255. These guys are both pretty much the same size, right? But I like Umanmielen a little bit better, I think. Really, really, really interesting guy. But Swinson is really good too, man. It's really hard to see who I like more. It seems like Swinson's got more pros than cons, right? So you know what? I'm going to go with the LSU product, right? A little more consistent of a player. Braden Swinson goes to the Patriots at 42 overall. Now, we're up at pick 69 and pick 77 in the third round. D tackle Alfred Collins on the board here, trending Bears, Cowboys, and then to the 49ers. More like 4-3 looks. This is kind of a 3-4 defense, but 6'5", 320. He's definitely big enough to play on the D-line for sure. Now, I'm taking a look at who's left on the board. Dylan Sampson, Trevion Henderson still on the board at 69 overall. Bringing in another running back like Henderson could be very appealing, right? Broughton from Texas, he's also on the board. 6'4", 305, not as big. Farmer's on the board. Nah, not going to work for me. Trey Harris, another guy I like on the edge. Elijah Roberts, he's on the board. Very, very interesting player, right? Chris Paul, the linebacker. One of the better linebackers in this draft class. I love that missed tackle rate, man. I'm hoping that he's going to be there at 77 overall. I'm going to go Alfred Collins. I'm going to beef up this D-line. He played all over A-gap, B-gap, over to the tackle. He played all over the D-line. Very versatile guy. I like myself some Alfred Collins. Now, 77 overall. We could take a flyer on a guy like Mason Taylor, the tight end, a young tight end. Ozzie Trapilla, if we want to beef up the offensive line. Kevin Winston's available too, but I want to bring in some linebacker room. Vrabel is that defensive-minded head coach. Chris Paul, I like this pick. 77 overall. Really, really beefing up the defense. We went offense heavy in the beginning of the draft. Now, we're in the 5th round. Where do we go from here, guys? Bringing in a running back could be interesting for sure. And I could bring in some offensive line help as well, man. Offensive line help interests me. A lot of quarterbacks left on the board, some tight ends. Take a look at the running back room. Kyle Monanga's on the board. Jarquez Hunter from Auburn on the board. All the guys I really love are gone, but Jarquez Hunter, really, really talented kid. He's small, but he's a very physical guy. Mullings from Michigan, bigger back, 6'2", 233. I do like that, but I don't know. With Ramondre Stevenson, I'm comfortable with the running back position. Kyle Monangai, maybe a little later in the draft, could interest me for sure. I'm going to grab one of these running backs at one point. Luke Kandra, the guard. True right guard. 84 pass block grade. I do like Luke Kandra for sure. I think that's kind of where I'm leaning right now. We could bring in another cornerback as well. Let's check out the cornerback room. Who's aboard? O'Donnell Fortune's on the board. Who's had a really good year for UNC, 5'10", 195. Riley's on the board, regressed a little bit in 2024. O'Donnell Fortune's a guy I definitely like. He's from South Carolina, had a really good year. Not the greatest run defender in the world, but excellent in man coverage and really good in zone coverage. I think he fits this scheme really well. 6'1", 185. I like his length. I'm bringing in O'Donnell Fortune in the 5th round. Now, we're up. 5th round, 171 overall. This is an interesting place to be picking. Logan Brown's a guy I really, really think could be interesting, right? But some injuries have kind of derailed him a little bit. I don't know if I want to bring in an injury-prone guy. Yarns from Delaware, very talented player as well. 5'11", 183. A little bit too small for me. Tonka Hemingway, the interior defensive lineman from South Carolina. Pretty solid guy as well. Emory Jones, Jalen Lane, bringing in another wide receiver. I would like to bring in like another slot guy. 6'2", 186. Ty Felton is on the board. Check out these wide receivers. Ty Felton, Antoine Wells is on the board. Prather's on the board. Jalen Lane, pretty good player. 5'10", 196. Shifty player. I do like Jalen Lane. Ty Felton, he's like a big body X type of wide receiver. 6'2", 186. Former 3-star recruit, pretty impressive guy. He's got good feel for breaking up the zones. I do like Ty Felton. Wells from Mississippi. No, Thornton, I do like Ricky White from UNLV, but I don't know if I want to draft him this early. 6'1", 190. Seems a little bit of a reach to me. Okay, 171 overall. Trevor Etienne on the board. Pretty solid guy. Good pass catcher out of the backfield. I like him, could add another element of juice to this offense. 5'9", 205. Definitely a smaller running back. Kyle Monangai from Rutgers, I do like him. 5'9", 209. I do like him for sure. All right, now I'm scrolling through who's left on the board. Not a lot of guys that I'm like super interested in. I love Jack Nelson, but I'm probably going to wait on him a little bit. In the 5th round, we're in a weird spot. This could be a trade out situation. Maybe pick up a 4th rounder for next year. That could be interesting. Yarns from Delaware is on the board. Logan Brown, Kyle Monangai. Oh boy, let's check out the guard situation. Fairchild's on the board. Jake Majors. Not a lot of 5th round picks, man. Seth McLaughlin from Ohio State, pretty solid guy. Jonah Monahan from USC. I do like him, but he didn't play that great this year. 6'5", 310. He didn't allow any sacks at all this year. So let's add some depth to the center room. You can kick him out to guard as well. I just want to add a little depth to this offensive line. Now we have 2 7th round picks, guys. Add another linebacker. A guy like Jay Higgins is on the board. I do like him. Cam Hormsley from Boston College. I do like adding some more beef to the D line. That could be an interesting pick as well. Yeah, I'm going to go Cam Hormsley in the 7th round, 220. We need some D line help. Faux show! All right, guys. Now, do we grab one of these running backs late in the draft, right? Let's check out safety. Malachi Moore still there? No, he's gone. But 238 overall. This is kind of a depth pick. R.J. Mickens from Clemson. Seems like a pretty solid depth pick to me. 87 overall grade. Played pretty decent competition as well, right? Really good coverage grade. Bringing in a safety, R.J. definitely piqued my interest a little bit here. We could go wide receiver. Wester from Colorado was a pretty productive guy. Almost 900 yards, 10 touchdowns. 5'11", 167, a smaller guy. Could maybe play the slot for us. Josh Gray, Fentel Cypress on the board. Could go there. Kyron Lacey from LSU on the board. Pretty solid overall guy. Take a flyer on him. 6'2", 213 from LSU. I like that as well. But for me, I want to probably bring in a running back. Jackson and Marks are the best rated guys. Jaquidian Jackson, 6'2", 233. Big running back, right? Marks, really solid guy too. 5'10", 208. 4-star running back in high school. I like this. Marks is definitely interests me. Edwards from Michigan's on the board as well. Had about 600 yards. Sanders, 881 yards, almost 5 yards per carry from Raheem Sanders, 6', 230. These are some bigger running backs left on the board here. I think I'm going to go with Marks. 5.7 yards per carry, 1,100 yards in the 7th round. Take a flyer on a guy like that. All right, Patriots fans, here we go. Pretty solid draft, I think. B overall grade. We got Armand Membu trading backs, and then we got that extra 2nd round pick, picking up an edge defender, Braden Swinson. Jaden Higgins gives us a true X wide receiver. We got some beef on the D line with Cam Hormsley and Alfred Collins. We got a great linebacker, one of the better linebackers in this class, probably number 2 on my big board. O'Donnell Fortune, we got a cornerback, and Jonah Monahan. Just add a little depth to the interior part of this offensive line. All right, Patriots fans, let me know in the comments below. You like this draft? Do you not like this draft? Would you be happy if the draft fell like this to the Patriots? All right. I think we got to give Drake May a weapon and protect him. We did that with the first 2 picks, and we got some beef in the defensive side of the ball with Swinson, Collins, and Paul. I really like it. I think Vrabel would be happy with this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Peace.